Hold your position.
The coordinates targeted this location.
This isn't right. It's too widely abandoned.
Where do you think most of Public Enemies hide?
This place is empty. I don't understand.
That's because a lazy man is as empty as one trying to catch and move him.
Impossible.
Why? Because I was pronounced dead in the artificial prehistoric recreation. Have you ever considered death is as everlasting as immortality?
No.
Ishimori, do you know who this is?
Yes. He is a demon.
And I lured you here for more than a reason!
Star?
I thought the Predator left the Drake City area after the think tank exercise.
It did.
So they came back.
The question is why?
We're going on board, aren't we?
It's the only way to find out what's true and what's not. I know our presence on board this battlecruiser is a bit intrusive.
That is nothing compared to how you left us to struggle for ourselves, traitor!
That's an understatement, considering your hideout in return is a bit mysteriously suspicious.
Our world! Our decision! However, stripped from our right of hands and will, forcing us to act under covert in operation, in order to pacify and excuse the human oppressive arrogance. Ex-Celestials such as your co-opted traitorous Enki.
The Predator's assembly process was completed a long time ago. Why does this ship and everyone on board still remain in the same position where it was created?
That of the concern of an assistant traitor, eh? There is no relevance that pertains to an opportunist who appears in the form of what humans call a snake, where no audacity of such advantage has no idea to be taken.
Shows how much you think of me, but I can't admit, I know where my loyalties lie.
Slavery to only humans!
Don't give me that crap. A demon named Shuriku from the ancient ages has just resurfaced, and he lured me and her here.
There is a connection, Zythane.
And if this continues into what I think it will get out of into, I don't think you and your comrades want to play with this. Especially if it's a spiritual entity.
He's right, Zythane. Drosis!
I'll take it from here.
What are you? You heard him, Zythane. I think it's best we let Drosis handle this.
This way.
Very well. Delphinia? It's been a while. I guess some things don't change.
No, they don't. They just get an upgrade.
An ancient demon named Shuriku resurfaced into our world.
You mean into our plane?
We believe he has a connection with an assailant known as the Lazy Man.
Which is whom we are hunting. Do you know anything about this?
Do I know anything about a specific person or a mental?
So he doesn't exist.
Oh, he exists. Just not as one person.
There are more than two.
Disguising as an umbrella to tactically throw off targets whom pose a threat to the purpose.
To cover for the culprit who was actually pulling the strings.
This isn't about Shuriku coming back from the dead.
What do you mean?
This is about an affair of honor I've declared.
Are you serious?
I'm personal.
This is about Dramingo and you. Tell me you didn't.
Not at the extent you fear. But I collaborated inside of a covenant that I discovered would help improve upon what I intend to seek out.
Which is?
If I help him lead him to the ones who put him in the grave, then he must acquire what I refer to as the soulless, for me to harness.
It's a power source consisting of electromagnetic energy that can wipe out almost any adversary suggested. The new vision of a weapon, which is still internally experimental.
You made a deal with the devil in exchange for an energetic power force. What makes you think this experimental power isn't a temporary front for him to excuse his gateway not to uphold his end of the bargain?
It is an entrapment. But the one thing I learned from human physiology, even from the standpoints in the astral plane, your attributes are easy for Zakat to extract and remodify. It's just that certain powers do not know how to reach the godlike powers of the universe.
You use the computation orbs to calculate an extraction in order to reclone the substance using the ship's medical claim system in order to stabilize the energy strength. You can even customize it.
If I allowed him to escape in resurrection, a more physical substance would reduce him into a mortal state, making him regret his return, leaving opportunities for him to sleep forever, not even as a traveling spirit.
Means we can kill him before he can exact his revenge upon Akida.
Or maybe even Akita can kill him.
Akita is already prepared to fight him.
He knew all along. That was your plan, to sell a devil's fate and head on a silver platter just in case he stabs you in the back for selling yourself to him.
To think I don't have a soul similar to that of humanity is complimentary. I just want to find out my origins, and this direction is perfect.
If you think this is the right preparation for the conflict against Streamingo you might not live to see, then don't be so sure about this.
What is it?
His outrageous relaxation discouraging everything our cause, and we stand by.
It's amazing you even know what our cause is, Saran.
You keep saying that as if I'm not worthy of this and I'm not to be trusted, and you think her and he is?
None of you are. But that is the one thing I admire about tolerance. The patience of it determines the suitability of length that is limited and unlimited.
That sounds a bit as prejudiced as the enemy we are at war against.
That's because this isn't a war. This is a suspense that drives many into delusion, wiping out the memory that once belonged to a great personality.
And what of the stowaway entertainment?
It's time for Ishimori to see her. After that, the ghost will leave this machine. Ishimori, in this vessel an incident took place.
What sort of incident?
A beacon signal in the form of a stowaway attack. Fortunately, nothing was damaged.
What did you do with the stowaway?
She's been detained for the past 4 weeks.
She? You have a prisoner?
Which is why I requested your presence. This way.